So please do go and check those out. What I thought I would show you with this one, first of all, it's really cool because you can see the laser in the water, which means you can see it reflecting, which I think is very cool. You can also see that as it goes in, it bends ever so slightly like that, which is something that I think is really cool. But the thing that the best thing about this is what I'm about to show you. It's what you can do with a balloon and this laser. So I'm going to take this balloon and I'm going to try and blow this up without a pump because I don't have one here. Ooh. And what we're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to tie it off so that it is inflated like this. It's got quite a lot of tension in it. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a black Sharpie and we're going to draw a sort of square and colour it in the black Sharpie on the balloon. Now you may ask, why are we doing this? Well, because black ink and black things are black because they absorb all the light and then they re-radiate it out. They absorb all the energy from the light and then they send it out. Hello, George. And they send it out. So what that means is if we shine a really powerful laser like this one at a black square, I don't know if you can see it, there on our balloon, something really cool happens. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to angle the camera down so you'll see the balloon, you'll see the laser, and you'll see what happens. So we're going to do this, we're going to angle that down, move that back perhaps just a little bit, there we go. You can see the balloon, you can see the laser, here's the laser. We're going to take it, we're going to shine it on the balloon, and it pops. And the reason that works is because my laser is incredibly powerful, and what's happening is all of the energy from that laser is being absorbed into the balloon, and it's essentially too much for the balloon to handle, and it pops, which I think is brilliant. So hello to all 14 people who are watching. As I said earlier, I don't know if you heard, this is an interactive live, which means people are going to have to be talking, hopefully. So please do feel free to like, comment, whatever you're going to be doing. And we're going to start off with some magic. In fact, we're going to start off with a game. It is an interactive game, so please do get on those keyboards. I think there might be a slight delay in when you type and send to when it actually gets to me. So please, if I don't answer straight away, it's probably just because I've not seen it. Craig saying hello. Hello there, Craig. Hopefully you're good. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to move back just a little bit more. And we're going to lower the camera a little bit to my little workstation here. This is going to be where we're going to be playing our nice interactive game. This is my stage, as it were. I'm not going to stand on it. I'd break the table and fall off, and that would be very, very good for you. But magician falls off a table is not what I want to be associated with on YouTube. Craig says, Ryland and Fear, say hello. Hello, Ryland and Fear. Hopefully you're joining in with this. We have a cup and a ball. This is what we're going to play the game with. Now I want you to, hello Sarah, Sarah's watching as well. I want you to be very careful. I want you to watch the ball and the cup very carefully. I want you to see the ball does go in and out of the cup. It moves around a little bit. You can see it rolls out, goes in. The cup is completely solid as well. There's no trapdoors, secret compartments, hidden assistance, strings, wires, magnets. And if you were here, I would let you examine it if I could. So I'm going to play a game, and it's a game that I would like you all to join in with. The game is called Where is the Ball? Now I'm going to explain the rules of this. It's going to take place on this little bag, and the ball will either be underneath the cup or the ball will be in my pocket. Now, if the ball is underneath the cup, the ball cannot be in my pocket, and if the ball is in my pocket, it cannot be underneath the cup. Hopefully that makes sense to you all, and the interactive game is hopefully in the comments you can all tell me where the ball is. So someone in the comments, where is the ball? I'm going to wait now for someone to comment, hopefully. Let's see. This could take some time. Hopefully there's not too much of a delay. You're just going to be standing looking at my legs now, aren't you? Ooh, look at my legs. Right, okay. Anyone commenting? Anyone commenting? Okay, maybe not. Right, we'll come back to that then. Right, okay, we'll come back to that one because we're going to start the game and hopefully people will comment where the ball is. So we're going to take this first round. The ball goes here. Where is the ball? Now I'll give you a hint. In fact, I'll give you a second hint. I will even give you a third and final hint. Oh, there we go. Mark, someone said on top of the cup. It wasn't on top of the cup. It was actually, the cup's upside down. It was on the bottom of the cup. It's an old joke. You know what? We won't do that again, right? Okay, so ball goes here. Where is the ball? I'll give you a hint. In fact, I'll give you a second hint. I will even give you a third hint. Now, I think there might be a little bit of a delay between you typing and me seeing it come up. So, where is the ball? Let's see if we have Mark and Craig got that one wrong. Let's see if we're right with this one. There, underneath the cup. That would be there. You see, it doesn't really matter where you say. Thank you for laughing, Mark. It doesn't really matter where you say. You see, if I put it in my pocket, like this, and you say it's in my pocket, I will show it underneath the cup. It's weird. You know what? Actually, I'll explain how this works. You see, when I say I put it in my pocket, I don't put it in my pocket. I flip the ball like this. When I flick it like this, it actually goes up this bit of sleeve here. It goes up the sleeve, around the back, down the sleeve, and lands underneath the cup. That hasn't happened yet. I'll show you. It goes in the pocket, up the sleeve, around the back, down the sleeve, and lands underneath the cup. Now, some people think that it goes behind the cup. It doesn't go behind the cup. It goes through the cup, and in full speed, it looks something like this. In the pocket, up the sleeve, around the back, down the sleeve, under the cup. Now, I do have a question. It's, do any of you believe that it goes up the sleeve? Now, there is a little bit of delay, so I'm going to move on and hopefully see your answers when they get there. Hopefully no one believes it does go up the sleeve, actually, because I made that up. You see, the actual thing is to put it in the right place. When you put the ball in the right place, that's when the right thing appears underneath the cup. However, if you put the ball in the wrong place, the ball gets confused. If the ball gets confused, that is when the egg appears underneath the cup, which is very cool. Of course, if you missed that egg, you probably missed this second one just over here, and hopefully you missed the bag disappear from the table. I'm not sure if it will work on the camera, and appear underneath the cup. Thank you very, very much for that. That is a nice little fun game that you that will hopefully get us started a little bit. Ooh, blimey. I'm getting warm talking too much. Never thought I'd hear myself that. Hello, Mark. Mark's watching. Hello, Mark. And thank you for the applause of a Mark as well. That looks like, yeah, it's applause. Right. So, that was a little bit of fun that I thought I'd have. A nice little game to get us going. What I thought I'd do now is do a few more magic tricks that hopefully you can all get involved with at home. Feel free to comment along as we're going along if you want to. I don't mind. Sorry, I'm just I've got a table full of stuff that I'm using for magic, and I'm just trying to organise everything at the moment. There we go. Yeah, it'd be really good if I was organised, wouldn't it? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Right, so we have some water. Let's do something with some ropes next. We have two ropes here. We have a red rope and we have a white rope. I want someone to comment which one their favourite is, or all of you comment which one your favourite is, actually. I have a favourite. It's actually the red one. The red one's my favourite. It's a bit more interesting than white, which is a bit boring and plain, really, isn't it? Comment which one your favourite is. Which one's your favourite, because we're going to be doing something with them. I'm going to put the red one away, actually. I'm going to use my favourite one later, because I'm going to use it as distraction, which means you have to use your favourite one as distraction a little bit later on, because it's your favourite one. It's the one you're going to want to look at. I'm going to use the orange rope. Mark likes the orange rope. I don't have an orange rope. It's red or white. There are really two options. To be quite honest, I would love an orange rope. In fact, when I first started, I used to have an orange rope. Deanna says red. Red is cool, which is why we're going to use it a bit later on. We're going to use it for distraction. Craig's saying white, just going against the curve. That's what it is. We're going to use Craig's favourite rope. We're going to use the white one. We're going to tie a knot in it. And I'm going to use this as a test to see if you can work out how I can... Mark likes the white one as well, perfect. To work out how I do this magic. So we're going to try and make this knot disappear. It's very, very simple. We're going to do this, twist it around a little bit, turn it around a little bit like this. And if we do some magic hand wavy gestures, the knot completely disappears. Yes, it is completely gone. George likes the red one. We're going to use that in a minute. Yes, the knot is completely gone. I have no idea where it is. It is completely gone. Hang on a second, I just saw that on the camera then. That's there, isn't it? You see, I cheated. What I did is I held it in my hand. What we're going to do instead, though, we're going to use the red rope to try and distract you. See, I'm going to move this around a little bit like this. I'm going to wave it around a little bit. And it's your job to not take your eyes off this white knot, this knot in the white rope here, okay? Even if I do this, if I move it around like this so it looks really cool. If I do this, do this, do this, do this, woo, look at that, woo, Woo! It's so much fun. Yes, the white knot is completely gone from the white rope, and I have absolutely no idea where it has gone. Craig's laughing at that. Fantastic. How am I cheating, Craig? Craig said I was cheating. I was cheating a little bit. Actually, I'm cheating again now. You see, this isn't actually a real knot. It's not. You see, if it was a real knot, you wouldn't be able to take it. Let's take it like. Let's take it here. Woo! There we go. If this was a real knot, what's Mark saying? It looks like Christmas in a candy. It does look like Christmas in a candy game. bit early to be a bit that festive, really, isn't it? But if this wasn't a real knot, you wouldn't be able to take it and slide it down like this. That wouldn't look. That would be impossible. In fact, if it was a real knot, you wouldn't be able to take it, slide it off, and throw it in the air like this, and then throw it back on to the rope there like that. In fact, if this was not a real knot, if this was a real knot, you wouldn't be able to undo it. And if you could undo it, it wouldn't be... What? That is really weird, isn't it? Look at that. There's a white bit of... In fact, Angela, hang on a second. Let's try something. And the red one's even longer now. Right, okay, guys. We seem to have managed to remove some white there. Everyone is stuck with family. It's like Christmas. If you're stuck, well, you don't have to be stuck with family. You have to want to be with family at Christmas, don't you? Well, I say you have to. I usually want to be with family. Right, okay then, let's go on to something else. In fact, actually, I thought I would show you one of my favourite tricks. And it's one of my favourite tricks because it's actually one that I can sort of teach you a little bit. Craig's got some worried face on there. I'm not sure why he's worried. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move the camera over here and adjust it a little bit. So and all of the alcohol bottles. Not all of them are mine, don't worry. Some of them are girlfriends of my parents. And I'm going to teach you, or show you, what I like to think is the oldest trick in magic, or the second oldest trick in magic maybe. It is called the ancient miracle of the Chinese linking rings. It uses these 4 rings. We have ring number 1 here, we have ring number 2 here, we have ring number 3 here, and we have ring number 4 here. This is the first time I've ever actually watched myself do this. This is going to be fun, isn't it? We have 1 ring here. Hopefully you can see if I turn it round a little bit like this. We have no gaps, no holes, and we have no gaps, no holes in this one either. We're going to try and take these 2 rings and link them together. It looks something like this. You hit it 3 times, really, really hard, like this. You go once, you go twice, you go a 3rd time. Ooh, you miss. You go once, twice, a 3rd time, and that is when the 2 rings link together completely like this. Now, if you do this, and if you do this, if you like this trick, give it a little love heart, give it a like, give it whatever. Ryland says that's his favourite trick. It is. It's a really fun trick. You know what, Ryland? I like you, Ryland. It's my favourite trick as well. Right, now what you can do this, and if you do this and blow like that in the middle, if you like what you're seeing, give a love heart. If you blow in the middle, these 2 rings will separate. I will show you like this. You go once, you go twice, you go a 3rd time, blow, and that is when they separate, leaving us, hopefully, with, if I can do this, where are we? There we go, getting tangled up with my rings. That's ring number 1, hopefully you can see it there, ring number 1, ring number 2, ring number 3, and ring number 4. Now I'm going to ignore these 2 rings for just a moment, and I'm going to use these 2 rings entirely. What we're going to do, thank you for wow, Mark. Thank you for wow, Mark. It is cool, isn't it? We're going to do these 2 rings. We're going to show you a few ways of linking and unlinking them. Also, he thinks he does. To be fair, Craig Ryland probably does do it better than me. I'll be perfectly honest. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ryland is Craig. Craig Petty is the marketing director. I don't know. He's some sort of high up. He changes his title every few months. And he is a very well-known and respected magician. His son Ryland is better than Craig, and is only like 7 years old or something like that. Now that means Ryland is also probably better than me. So even though he's joking about doing it better than me, he probably does do it better than me. Anyway, we have 2 rings. We're going to link them together. I'm going to show you a few ways of linking and unlinking these rings. The first way is to hit it like this. That is way number 1. Then to unlink it, what you can do this, and you can blow like we did earlier. You can take this ring here, slide it down onto your arm, take the other ring here, slide that one down your arm and back onto it. That is the second way of linking. The next way is to take, who's done that? Diana. Right, Diana's put a nice cool face on there. Right, we're going to take the second one, we're going to put our hand through the rings like this, we're going to take it and slide it through like that. That would be the second way of unlinking, and of course you can relink it back in exactly the same way. What's Mark said? How on earth? Well, lots of practice and many years of being single, Mark. Lots and lots of practice, many years of being single. The third way, the most dangerous way, is to take these like a bow and arrow. You're going to throw it like this. It's going to unlink about here. It's then going to continue round towards my face, and as it does, I'm going to have to put my arm through this loop here so it doesn't hit me in the face and break my glasses, because if it did that I wouldn't be able to read your comments. Right, so around like that, onto the arm like so. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take that same ring, throw it up into the air and catch it on the ring like that. That is the third way. Now, in case you didn't know what you can do, you can take these, you can give them a shake. If you give them a shake, that is when they link together. We have two linked together, two linked together. If we do this, we have a chain of 4. Now, if you think that's impressive, press the little love heart thing, leave a little bit of a like, maybe even leave a comment, because that, I think, is incredible. We have a chain, a link of 4 rings right there. Of course, if you take this one, you can collapse it, so we have 3 rings linked on 1 ring. That is impossible. If you think that is impossible, leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. I'm going to count these off. This is ring number 4. We have here ring number 3. This is ring number 2, and of course ring number. Why does that not work? Right. Oh, I need to give it a blow. Don't I? What's that say? Separate them one by one. I think I need to blow them. What you do this. You blow. And that is when they separate. That is the oldest trick in magic. That is the ancient miracle of the Chinese linking rings. And that is one of my favourite things to do. Another one of my favourite things to do. It's falling apart. I'm going to need to get a new one. Right, okay, well, another one of my favourite things to do is to use this. This is a bag. Now, inside this bag, I keep my invisible egg. Now, you might not be able to see it, but I can do this and break it. Sorry, I just hit my egg too hard. I broke my egg a little bit like this. I'm going to say, do I have another one? I have another one around, actually. Right, I have a visible egg around. We can fix this. We can save it. What we can do, we can take a visible egg. Now, this visible egg, I'll be honest, it's a bit weird. It has a little bit of a drawing on there. And thank you, Mark. It was amazing, wasn't it? The reason this has a drawing on there is because we, Non-Stop Kids, did the shows for Cirque du Soleil this year, and it was all themed to Mexican mass wrestling and stuff. So I had a Mexican mass wrestling egg. My girlfriend actually made that for me. It's really cool. But what I'm going to have to do is turn this into an invisible egg. So what you do is you put that into the bag like that. You can see it just in there. You take that in the bag, you do this, and to make it invisible, what you do is this. Now, you have absolutely no idea where the egg has gone, but it is not inside the bag because it is an invisible egg. It is an invisible egg inside the bag, so if you do this, you can do it like this. You won't break your invisible eggs if you can. Okay, right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the invisible egg. We're going to make it visible again. Now, some of you might suspect the egg is in my mouth. I don't know why you might suspect that, but it's not. I'm going to show you. Just give me some... My life, that is dry. No, right, so I will just show you very quickly. Inside the bag we have no egg at all. What we are going to do though, we're going to take the bag, we're going to take the egg, and we're going to do this. We're going to take an invisible egg, we're going to throw it like this. We're going to go back, back, back. It is the back that does it. You show your hand is empty, you reach inside the bag, and you pull out the egg, which still has our little Mexican mask on it, which I think is absolutely adorable. Now, some of you might think that I actually did put it in my mouth, and so I didn't. What I say is you sound funny. I do sound funny, don't I, right? I sound funny without my tongue in my cheek, to be perfectly honest. See, that's what I did. I put my tongue in my cheek like this, so it looked and sounded like I had an egg. But I'd probably sound funny without the tongue in my cheek, to be perfectly honest, don't I, Ireland? Right, so I'm going to take the egg. I'm going to show you how to do this in slow motion. You take the egg, you put it inside the bag. You show that it is inside the bag. Hopefully you can see that just at the bottom there. We take it and put it on our hand When we put it on our hand, I'll just try and show you just here, but it is sort of still on there on my hand. And then what we do is we take it very slowly, do this. Now some people at this point when I'm doing this live, they think that it is under my arm, and it's not. And I can show like this, you see. Now some people think it's under the other arm, and it's not. You see, I can show like that. Some people think it's under this arm, it's not. You see, I can do this. Or if I do this, you can see the egg has completely disappeared. I have absolutely no idea where it is. Although I do, you see it's in the bag, it's still invisible. What we can do, we can take this, show you that the bag is empty again. If I can hopefully show you there, let's hold the bottom up there. Oh no, it's come, what? How did that happen? Oh, I'm really confused right now. You see, the egg's not supposed to appear in there. The reason the egg can't appear in there is because there's actually a little glass of water in there like that. I have no idea where that came from. I have confused myself. If you think that was cool, leave a like, leave a comment. I'm going to have a drink because I didn't think I'd be going for this long or talking for this long, to be perfectly honest. What time is it? Right, we're going to do one more magic trick. This is something we can all join in with at home. I have myself here a colouring book. You see, I have been very bored while we've all been stuck at home. While we've all been stuck at home, I've managed to discover loads and loads of hobbies. I've started making some Lego, which is really cool. I bought like ridiculously high-powered lasers, as you saw earlier, that pop balloons. One of the other things I've started doing is colouring. Now I actually have a colouring book here. I'm going to just try and angle this a little bit lower so I can show you inside the colouring book. We have here our colouring book. And inside we have our pictures. I've not coloured any of them in yet. This actually came earlier today. I think I got it second hand. They hadn't coloured it in either. We're going to do this. And what we're going to try and do is get... Oh, very cool, you rock. Thanks, Craig. What we're going to try and do is get all of you at home to try and help colour this in. So what I want you to do at home, if you're watching, is use your imaginations. And what I want to do is I want you to imagine that you've got loads of colours all over your body. Lego now. I bought myself a Lego Technic fire engine. I've made it. It's in the other room, but like if you want, very quickly afterwards, I can post a picture on the Non-Stop Kids Facebook page if you want. I don't mind. Right. Okay. So we've got this. What I want you to do is I want you to imagine you've got colours all over your body, and what I want you to do is take those colours and I want you all to throw them as hard as you can at the computer screen. I want you to throw them as hard as you can at the computer screen. And after 3, I want you all to shout abracadabra. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra. Let's see if this is... It's not worked. Okay, what I think we need to do... is do this again. In fact, actually, let's make sure we all remember the pictures. I want you to imagine... Hello? Sorry, I thought one of them had coloured themselves in then. No, what I want you to do is I want you to remember all of these pictures. I want you to remember like the tent and all of that. Imagine the girl with the hair, the rings, the bunnies, everything like that. I want you to imagine at least one of those pictures coloured in. And if we all imagine a different picture, hopefully we can all just focus on that one picture and colour it in ourselves. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Throw the colours, shout abracadabra. Let's have a look. Oh, my life above. That is loads and loads and loads of colour. Look at that. I think you all managed to do an absolutely fantastic job. Look at all of that. What's Craig said? Yes, I want to see the fire engine. Right. What I'll do is I'll post a picture of my fire engine on here while I'm still an admin of the page or something like that. Right, okay. Actually, I've just realised something. I was going to colour this in later. I can't colour it in now. You've coloured it all in for me. What I think we all need to do is take away the colour. So what I want you to do is I want you to all reach and grab. I really am a what? Wizard. Wizard, thank you. I don't know, Craig, that could have gone any number of ways then. Right, okay. What I want to do, I want you all to try and grab all of the colours out of the page through the computer screen. So after 3, I want you all to grab as hard as you can, grab the colours back out of the book. 1, 2, 3, grab the colours, and it's not... Oh, I know what we needed to do. We needed to say the magic words as well. So grab the colours and say abracadabra. Hopefully this will work. Just the colours, not the black lines. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Grab the colours, abracadabra. Let's have a look. No! I said just the colours, not the black lines. What am I supposed to colour in now? There's nothing in there to colour in. I know what I need you to do. I need you all to use your imagination again. What we'll do... we'll all imagine all of the pictures, we'll all use our hands, we'll draw them like this, and we'll push them back into the book through the camera, and hopefully everyone will, we'll get everyone, if enough people remember those pictures, we'll get all of our pictures back in here, we can draw them. Let's try this. Imagine and push. 1, 2, 3, push them to the, let's have a look, did it work? Oh, my life book's getting stuck. It's worked, look at that, we have loads and loads and loads of pictures back in the book. That means I can do some colouring a little bit later on. Fantastic, guys. Give yourselves a massive round of applause at home. I think you did absolutely brilliantly there. Okay then, guys. That is all of the magic that I want. What was it? Ryan needs Valoo. He wants to know if you will pause yourself. Sadly not, Ryland. You only got to wait another 5 minutes, Ryland. It's fine. You can go after. You can go soon. Right. I'm going to teach you all a magic trick now. So I've got an envelope here. Inside the envelope, I've got 3 cards. Put the envelope over there, we don't need it anymore. I've got a 3 of clubs, I've got a queen of diamonds, I've got a 4 of hearts. And what I would like one person to do, is comment any one of these cards, the 4 of hearts, the queen of diamonds, and the 3 of clubs. Now I'm going to take whoever the first comment, which comments I see first, is the card that we're going to take. And while I'm waiting for the delay between the sending and the receiving, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a little bit about these cards. You see, the Queen of Diamonds is usually picked by women. They tend to see themselves as sort of like the queen, the ruler of their household, and the diamonds show that they're sort of, you know, rich, but not necessarily. Claire Whittle says the 3 of clubs. Craig, there's not a 3 of spades here. So the 3 of clubs was our first card, which is interesting. Okay, we'll go for that. So the 3 of clubs is now our selected card. But I'll explain this. So the Queen of Diamonds is usually picked by women. They tend to see themselves as sort of like the controller of the money. They see themselves as like the sort of person in charge. The 4 of hearts is usually by little girls. They tend to think, oh, 4 hearts, it's cute. I've got, you know. And the 3 of clubs is usually picked by little boys because, or men even, because it's like clubs. I can hit things with them. But who was it? Let's go through this. So Claire Whittle said the 3 of clubs. Claire, I knew you'd pick the 3 of clubs. I did, honestly. I knew you'd pick the 3 of clubs, and the reason I knew that is inside the envelope there's still one more thing. There is 7 of hearts is good. There's not a 7 of hearts there. There is a little bit of paper, and I knew you'd pick 3 of clubs, and I was so certain I actually wrote 3 of clubs on the piece of paper. And that is it. That is the trick that I'm going to teach you. If you're a parent, you can teach that to your kids. If you're kids, you can go and you can do this at school to all of your friends. And the way it works is you have 3 cards, and you also have 3 ways of saying that you knew what their card was. Now, I've only got 1 piece of paper in there, but on the back I've got another one, and on the back of here I've got another one. So we're going to explain how this works. What you need to do, this are 3 cards. 2 of them, I've dropped that one. And my eyes just come on in my pocket. That's wonderful, isn't it? Right. Right, so on the back you need 2 blue cards and 1 red card. And on that red card you need to write, hopefully you can see it not mirrored, is "You will pick me." Now I've written that in blue Sharpie marker so it shows up really well. Thank you, Craig. It is a great trick, isn't it? And we have 2 in different cards. Now what you do is on the back of the envelope you write the name of one of these cards, and on a bit of paper folded up inside the envelope you write the name of the other one of these cards. That is the 3 of clubs. So when you start out, you have the envelope, you have the paper inside the envelope, you have your cards with the red one in the middle so that people don't accidentally see the red back. What if you only have red cards? Just write on the back of one of the red cards. So just write on the back, you'll pick this, and have the other 2 blank. That will also work. Oops. I like the blue cards. I like the blue cards, red cards, because it's a higher contrast. But if you only have red cards, then you can just write on the back of one of them, and it will be fine. It will still be a prediction as long as the other 2 remain blank. But the one with the writing on the indifferent one goes in the middle of the 2 cards like that, so that no matter how they look at it, they can't see the back of it. you've got, so in the envelope, you've got your 1 prediction, your 3 cards, and you've got your prediction here. Now, as you bring the envelope out, you bring it out like this. You do not show the back of it. And what you do is you take out your 3 cards, don't show the back of the cards, put the envelope down as if you're not going to need it. I'll put it just over here so you can see it still there. Put the envelope there as if you're not going to need it. And you spread your cards out and you ask someone to pick a card or say a card out loud. And you can talk about what each of the cards is usually picked by whatever, or you can make something up. And then whichever card they say, you can now say, I knew you would pick that card. If they say the Queen of Diamonds, and this is my favourite one, you can go, I knew you'd pick the Queen of Diamonds. You see the back of this card is blue with nothing on it, the back of this card is blue with nothing on it, and the back of this card is red with you will pick me written on it. And if you only have red cards, you can go, the back of this card is blank, the back of this card is blank, and the back of this card says you will pick me on it. That is the first way of doing it. Now it's very important then you don't do this trick again, because if you do this trick again, we're going to pick a different card and we're going to work out how you've done it. So you only do this to anyone once. So that is your first one. Your second one, if they say the 3 of clubs, as Claire did, you go, I lied. There's actually something else in the envelope. Be very careful the ink doesn't bleed through like that. You see that? So you open it, sort of tilt it to yourself a little bit, take out the paper and unfold it so that it shows the 3 of clubs. And if that is the case, don't show the, first of all, if they pick the Queen, don't show anything to do with the envelope, just put the cards back in and walk away. If they say the 3, you take this out of the envelope, you show it, you put it back, you put the cards back without showing the back of the cards, put those back in and walk away. And if they say the last card, you say, I knew you'd pick the 4 of hearts. The reason is I wrote that on the back of the envelope. Don't show them inside the envelope, don't show them back of the cards. Put the cards back in the envelope and walk away, and you're done. Right, so I think that is about the end of my Facebook Live. We've had a little bit of fun with my incredibly powerful laser. There it is. Woo, look at that. We popped a balloon with that. Then I showed you a few of my favourite magic tricks. They are a lot of fun for me to do, and hopefully you enjoyed watching them. I then showed you how to do a magic trick. Please, 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 please go out and do that. It is a lot of fun and you will absolutely amaze all of your friends at work or school if you're going to do that. Other than that, that is more or less all I've got time for. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please enjoy it. If you go to our YouTube channel, we have got absolutely loads of stuff on our Non-Stop Kids TV thing. I'm doing some maths and science experiments that you can do at home. I've taught you how to make Play-Doh. I've done some stuff with some lasers. I've taught you how to make a volcano. I've taught you how to make a pH indicator. So much stuff on there. I've got some... you were great, mate. Thanks for taking the time to entertain everyone. Thanks, Craig. I do appreciate it. There's not just me on there. I'm doing maths and science on there. And also I've got some more magic videos on there if you want to see me doing some more magic. If you don't want to see more of me, there is Craig and Ryland doing magic and teaching you how to do magic. There's, I think Jay's teaching you how to do Makaton, or did that at some point, taught you how to do Makaton. We've got juggling with Mark, we've got stories, we've got yoga, we've got learning how to bake and whatever else. There's so much stuff on there for you to do at home if you're bored, if the schools aren't back. Please do go and check it out. Go and leave a like, comment on that. Other than that, I'm going to go and take a few pictures of my Lego fire engine and post it on the Non-Stop Kids page, mostly so that Ryland can see it. Other than that, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a fantastic, fantastic Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And I will probably see you again at some point in the near future. Have a good one, everyone. Bye. Well done, mate.